video since like October, I think, where I did a book haul. Yeah, so this is gonna be another book haul. A book haul with all the books I've bought pretty much since last book haul. As you can see, I'm in a new spot because I'm not down south anymore. I am up north. I've moved islands, pretty much. Yeah, so I'm at home for the holidays, and I have like only these two shelves really, and a whole lot of books that I'm less likely to read, I'll put it that way, over there, and then it's like 5 rows and stuff. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get into this freaking book haul and stuff. Okay, this haul isn't in any particular order, so I'm gonna start with The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. This is one of the Penguin Library classics with the really cool spines. And a friend of mine was like, "Oh, I'll probably buy way more classics if they look like that." So I'm like, hehehehe. Thanks, BookTube, for pretty much showing me these covers of classics, because it kind of made me buy one. Next up I have The Bane Chronicles by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Rees Brennan and Maureen Johnson. I still haven't finished either series, The Infernal Devices of Mortal Instruments. Slack on my part, but I'm getting to it. Because I'm going to be getting to Clockwork Prince very soon because I have brought the manga of Clockwork Angel, so I've read it already. Because I can't really remember what happens in Clockwork Angel, so yeah, I saw the manga, and I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of need to get that. The other day I spent $50 on books in a bookstore, and I'm like, yeah, I have a problem. I really have a problem. It was in my favourite bookstore. It's called Unity Books in Wellington, and I'm just like, I was looking around seeing all these different books and stuff that I wanted, and I kind of wanted to get right away, but I'm just like, no, I only want to spend so much money on books here. But yeah, this is one of the ones I got. Next I have Hunger, Rage and Breath. I got these books for 50 cents each, so like $1.50. The ex-library books. Once again, I was in Wellington, and I was just looking around, looking for a quiet place to read, get out of the drizzle, and I went into the library, and I was going to sit down and read, and then I saw they were having a withdrawal sale, so I'm like, ooh! So I saw the spines of these, and I had a feeling I'd seen them someplace, and I pulled them out, looked at the covers, and I'm like, wow, they actually look really, really cool. I didn't even get around to reading the back, but all I glimpsed at was there's a quote at the top of the book, of the first book. "Though art the Black Rider, go thee out unto the world." The last book is Riders of the Apocalypse, so it's like there's 4 books in this series, and they're all about the 4 Riders of the Apocalypse, and I'm like, that is really, really cool. And yeah, so I'm only missing book 3, which is really, really handy when you have like when I get around to reading this. Is going to be like awesome. Book 1, 2 and 4. Woohoo! I love these covers though. Next I have These Broken Stars and This Shattered World by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. I came across these on a whim one day. I was walking around the book section of the warehouse, as I usually do. Saw these and I'm like, oh my god, I have seen these on BookTube and they seem to be really, really cool and stuff. So, without even really knowing what they're about, I figured they were something about space with all the stars and stuff. Yeah, so I just picked them up, and I'm like, oh yeah, sci-fi, blah 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 blah. And I was flicking through it one day, and I'm like, oh cool, it's in dual perspective. I really like reading books in dual perspective. Not books that have like 5 perspectives or whatever, or jump between like 5 different characters or 5 different groups of characters. But yeah, dual perspective I think it's really, really cool. And next I have 1,000 Pieces of You. I saw this in a bookstore at one point, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to get that cover because it looks so cool. The title is like the title kind of was like what for me, but the whole cover is just really wanted me to get it, and it's multiple universes and science and murder and stuff. Sounds like a little bit of love. I'm not too keen. Love stories and romances aren't my most favourite stories ever. Anyway, this cover is gorgeous. And next up I have The Impossible Knife of Memory. I don't know if I hauled this in the last video. I can't even remember, but it's by Lauren House Anderson, and the chapters are really weird in this. I've seen it around a little bit. I've seen it. I keep seeing it in bookstores. I saw it seen it around on BookTube, and I'm like, I should probably get that at one point. So I saw it for like $10. I'm just like I think it was usually like $18-20 ish. So for like half the price, I'm like, noink. Yeah, because the warehouse always gets rid of books. Yeah, they always get rid of books for like cheap prices and stuff. Cheap is the way I roll. Yeah, it sounds weird, but I don't know. Okay, next up I have The Kills by Richard House. This is one based off a book. I had a look online on Goodreads or somewhere on the internet, and it said it was 4 books in one. So I'm like, that'll be easier to read. So it's like a whole series in just one massive book. Yeah, I kept seeing this in the warehouse, and I'm just like, that looks pretty cool. And it's got the whole cover with the hole on the front, and I'm just like, I felt like I need to get that. Yeah, just like I felt like I need to get this. So when it was like really cheap, I got it. So yeah, it was like $10 or something. So I'm just like, as of right now, I'm like so over making this video for some reason. Don't know why. I just feel like I'm over it. Next up I have Winger by Andrew Smith. I saw this at the same shop I saw the manga of Clockwork Angel, and I'm just like, oh my god, I need to get it, because all the spine, and I'm like, what? That's that book, I need that. Yeah, so I got it as a stiff as paperback. Yeah, so I got it, and when I put it on BookTube, it sounds like a really cool book, and so I'm like, okay, I need to get that at some point. I was gonna like maybe order it online, but I never got around to it. And then I saw it in real life, and I'm like, yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading this. It's like kind of high on my reading list at the moment. Yeah. Next up I have Reckoning by Lily St. Crow. This is another withdrawn library book that I got for 50 cents. I've got book 1 and 2 in a bind up down south, and I've got 4 and 5. This is number 5. So I'm still looking for number 3, even though I haven't even started the series yet. I'm like collecting the whole thing. So yeah. Next up I got a book from, I'm just gonna haul this anyway. Even though this book is for a friend of mine, that's Ready Player One. I lent my copy to a good friend of mine, and she's also my flatmate down south. She was like, oh my god, this is like my favourite, the best book ever, it's so my favourite. So I saw this at the library sale thing. I'm like, oh yeah, I should totally get that for Kim, because it's like her favourite book at the moment. She can't get it, she wants to say her favourite, that she really wants to live on the Oasis and stuff, and so I'm like, okay, bye. The amount of times I've seen her though, she hasn't, I've given it to her, I gave it to her, then she accidentally left it in my car, so I'm like, oh, okay. She's gonna get it at some point anyway, but you know. And lastly, from the books I have with me, I have Point Blank, whatever, by Anthony Horowitz. It's the second book in the Alex Rider series, and one that I don't have. I could have got it from the bookstore at full price, but not in this cover. Up to, like, I want to get books one in this cover too, because all the rest of my covers will match this one, apart from book 9 and 10. Yeah, I just really want to get this completed series. I can kind of say that it's kind of completed already, because I have the manga. No, not the manga. The graphic novel. I have the graphic novel of book 1, but it's not the real thing. I want to get the matching one. But yeah, I saw this and I'm like, I saw this in a second-hand store, and I'm like, there's a massive second-hand store in Wellington, second-hand bookstore. I'm just like, yes. So yeah, I got this, and I'm just like, yeah. So yeah, those are all the new books I have with me. All the books, I have more books that I got, but I left them down south, and I tried to remember what they were, but I wrote a list of, what I thought was new. I've got my handy dandy notebook. This has become my BookTube scripting thing. Got a couple of video things in here. The only book that I could think of that wasn't here was God, the sunshine, the white balance and everything. The only book I could think of that wasn't really here was All These Things I've Done by Gabrielle Zevin. I'll put a picture of it somewhere here. I saw it in the warehouse for $7, and I'm like, that is ridiculous for a hardback, and yeah, so I got it, and it's still sitting on my shelf there down south. Yep. Yeah. So I think that is it for this video because I can't be bothered speaking anymore. Yeah. Oh yeah, Minion. I got Mad Ninja Girls. Yeah. I can't be bothered doing a bookshelf tour because I'm probably only going to be like sitting in front of these ones and stuff. You can tell there's like you can tell it's all my Harry Potters. I've got a few kind of clear books. So yeah, I'm not going to do a bookshelf tour, and I'm not going to pull out all my other books to show everyone because I can't be bothered and stuff. I've got a bit of a cold at the moment. It's lasted like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So weird. How do you get rid of a runny nose and a cough, or a blocked nose and a cough? I have no idea. I shall see you in the next video. Laters.